You misunderstood Smells Like Teen Spirit song. You've heard this song 1,000 times. It's been called the anthem of a generation, the soundtrack of the 90s, and the song that changed rock forever. But what if you've misunderstood it? It's not just about rebellion. It's not just noise. And it's not even meant to be the voice of every teenager. In this video, we're going to dig into the hidden layers of Smells Like Teen Spirit, from the story behind how Kurt Cobain wrote it, to the deeper meaning inside the lyrics, and why even today, this song still hits like a bomb. When Smells Like Teen Spirit dropped in 1991 as the opening track of Nirvana's Nevermind, it exploded like nothing else in music history. With its raw guitars, pounding drums, and Kurt Cobain's raspy, emotional voice, it captured something that no one could quite define, but everyone felt. It wasn't just a rock song, it was a cultural earthquake. MTV played it nonstop. Kids who had never heard of Seattle grunge suddenly found themselves throwing out their old records, and record labels scrambled to sign anything that sounded remotely similar. But here's the interesting part. Kurt Cobain himself never wanted it to be the anthem of a generation. In fact, he was uneasy with how big the song became. He wrote it almost as a joke, trying to parody the formula of arena rock songs, and instead, he accidentally created one of the most iconic songs of all time. So today, let's unpack Smells Like Teen Spirit. We'll uncover the story behind its creation, what the lyrics actually mean, and why the song has a legacy far beyond Nirvana. The origin of Smells Like Teen Spirit is almost accidental. Kurt Cobain was heavily influenced by bands like the Pixies, bands that blended quiet verses with explosive, loud choruses. He wanted to write something in that style, he later admitted. "I was trying to write the ultimate pop song. I was basically trying to rip off the Pixies." Cobain came up with the famous riff while jamming with Chris Novoselic, bass, and Dave Grohl, drums. At first, Novoselic thought the riff was ridiculous, but Cobain insisted they slow it down, and suddenly the pieces fell into place. The song's title came from a joke. Cobain's friend Kathleen Hanna of the band Bikini Kill once spray-painted on his wall, "Kurt smells like Teen Spirit." At the time, she meant the deodorant brand Teen Spirit, which his girlfriend wore. Cobain, however, didn't know it was a deodorant brand. He thought it meant something deeper, like youthful rebellion. The band recorded it with producer Butch Vig at Sound City Studios, and when it was released as the lead single for Nevermind, it skyrocketed. No one expected it to dethrone Michael Jackson and Madonna from the charts, but it did. Nirvana had unknowingly launched grunge into the mainstream. Now we get to the big question, what does Smells Like Teen Spirit actually mean? The truth is, Kurt Cobain intentionally kept the lyrics vague. He once said he wanted listeners to project their own feelings onto it, but there are still key themes worth exploring. Teenage apathy and rebellion. The song captures the sense of boredom, frustration, and rebellion that many teens felt in the early 90s. The lines are chaotic, fragmented, and sarcastic, mirroring the confusion of adolescence. Mocking commercial rock. Ironically, the song was written partly as a parody. Cobain admitted he wanted to make something catchy and anthemic, like a stadium rock anthem, but with nonsense, sarcastic lyrics that mocked the very idea of rock anthems. The irony? It became the biggest anthem of the decade. Feelings of alienation. Cobain often felt out of place, both in mainstream culture and within himself. The song's tone of frustration and irony reflects that alienation. Instead of clear protest, it gives us distorted emotion, something that resonated with millions of listeners who felt similarly misunderstood. Nihilism and confusion. Many lines in the song don't make literal sense, and that's the point. The chaos, the contradictions, the fragmented thoughts are meant to reflect the disorganized, restless mind of youth. Multiple interpretations. Some fans interpret the song as a critique of consumerism, others see it as about teenage rebellion, and some think it's simply nonsense lyrics glued to an incredible riff. And maybe that's the real genius. Smells Like Teen Spirit doesn't tell you what to feel, it makes you feel it. Let's look at the most important lyrics. Load up on guns, bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend. A sarcastic opening. It sounds like a party invitation, but it's filled with dark irony, mocking the recklessness of youth and the idea that self-destruction is entertainment. She's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. This mixes boredom with false confidence, highlighting the contradictions of teenage behavior. The dirty word adds childish rebellion, as if even profanity feels like an act of revolution. With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us. This chorus is iconic. It captures both sarcasm and desperation, young people demanding entertainment, while also mocking the emptiness of it. Some interpret it as Cobain's jab at audiences, tired of being expected to perform or entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here Cobain mocks himself, but also taps into the insecurity of youth. Contagious suggests that stupidity spreads, a dig at conformity and groupthink. A mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, my libido. This famously cryptic line seems nonsensical, but Cobain once said he just liked how the words sounded together. Some interpret it as randomness, representing the chaos of thoughts. Others see it as commentary on race, desire, and difference. Denial, 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 denial. The outro chant drives home the theme of disconnection. Instead of clarity, the song ends with repetition and rejection, mirroring Cobain's own discomfort with meaning and fame. Kurt Cobain had a complicated relationship with Smells Like Teen Spirit. At first, he was proud of it. It launched Nirvana into superstardom, but soon he began to resent it. He felt it overshadowed the rest of their music, and he worried fans misunderstood his intentions. It's embarrassing to play. Everyone is focused on that song so much. I don't even like to play it anymore. People have made too big a deal out of it. Cobain admitted that the lyrics were mostly nonsense, and that he was more interested in the sound and feeling of the song than its literal meaning. Still, he recognized that listeners connected to it because of its raw energy and rebellious spirit. The legacy of Smells Like Teen Spirit is massive. It became Nirvana's breakout hit, pushing Nevermind to sell over 30 million copies worldwide. It brought grunge to the mainstream, replacing hair metal on the charts and changing rock music forever. MTV declared it the anthem of Generation X, even though Cobain himself resisted that label. The music video, filmed in a high school gym with cheerleaders, a janitor, and a chaotic mosh pit, became one of the most iconic videos of the 90s. Even today, Smells Like Teen Spirit is seen as a cultural turning point. It's not just a song, it's a symbol of youth rebellion, anti-establishment spirit, and the messy, contradictory feelings of growing up. For Kurt Cobain, it was both a blessing and a curse. But for the world, it was lightning in a bottle, a song that perfectly captured a generation's confusion, anger, and sarcasm. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting discoveries.